Alright, so again, we want everything in index form before we go ahead and differentiate. So the square root of x is x to the power of a half. So if that half comes down, we've got 12 times a half, or half of 12, and then subtract 1 from a half, you get minus a half. Now, put it back in the original form it was written. So negative, so I know it's at the bottom, and square root is power of a half is square root. So we would have 6 on root x. If you wanted to rationalize, you could also rationalize, but you don't have to, so you would get 6 root x on x. Alright, looking at the second one, we've got y is equal to, it looks like root 16x. So this time the 16 is also inside the power of a half. Not that you need it to be. So if you think of that the square root of 16, actually I'll put at the front, which is 4, and we've got x to the half. So 16 to the power of a half is actually 4. So we don't really want the constant involved when we differentiate. So y dash, the half comes to the front, 4 times a half is 2, subtract 1 from a half and you get negative a half. Now what's that if I put it back in the original form? The 2 is at the top because it's just 2 times. Now the x is to the power of a negative a half, so it's at the bottom, and half power is square root. So again, just 2 on square root of x. If I look at this one, we've got 3 in index form. I know square root is to the power of a half, and it's at the bottom, so I'm going to have minus a half there. So when I do y dash, negative a half comes to the front, so I get negative 3 on 2. X to that, now if I subtract 1 or 2 on 2 from that, I get negative 3 on 2. So again, putting it back into the original form, the x is the power of negative, so it's going to go down to the bottom. It's a square root and it's a power of 3. So it's a power of 3 and it's a square root. Okay, hope that helps.